All right, made it to Friday. Yeah, Friday, Redline Computer Studios, our location in Billings, Montana. Redline Computer Studios in West Billings for the show. And livinlargelarry.com. Again, when you log on, there's never a G on Livin, L-I-V-I-N, livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Our quick temperature check. It's cold this morning in Billings, 24. Not warming up a whole lot today. Not quite 40, complete forecast. That is coming up for you. All at livinlargelarry.com. YouTube is up and going and morning. And thanks for using the TuneIn smartphone app. Free download for you. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. There has been an IRS data breach, and Lisa Woods of Woods Accounting will explain all of that to you, as well as over 50 new laws that are just out for the 2016 tax season at Woods Accounting. 1211 Grand Avenue, Suite number 4. Filing dates. Do you know what is due when? Tax returns and payroll taxes, estimated taxes. Lisa Woods of Woods Accounting. She does all of that and more. woodsaccounting.com. And here we go. The Redline Computer Studios and Livin Large Larry Live at livinlargelarry.com. The Friday show, the weekend just within our reach here.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
All right, have a stack of news here in and around Billings coming up. Just a second here. livinlargelarry.com on YouTube. And then we'll have the entire week's worth of shows. We'll glue them all together, so to speak, after the live portion of this show. And that'll be the podcast that will run through the weekend for you. Our YouTube podcast access to get through livinlargelarry.com. And our St. Patrick's weekend Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors at 1925 Grand Avenue. Jade will provide a market analysis to you if you want to list and if you want to sell your home, including specialized consulting in the current trends that are out there in colors and styles and modifications. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors in Billings, MontanaProperty.com. And about 40 is all this afternoon. The weekend gradually starts to warm up in and around Billings, Montana to close to 50 for tomorrow for the St. Patty's Parade downtown Billings. And then Sunday up to 62. And just glancing at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week through livinlargelarry.com and our expanded forecast between 45 and 55. Forecast on the show from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. They're trustworthy, they're knowledgeable. They have over 30 years of experience in concrete, remodeling, roofing, siding, all forms of remodeling projects. Broughton Construction and Home Repair. You can find them on Facebook. Just type in BRAATON. All kinds of blinds and Billings. Temperature check. Again, yeah, it's cold this morning, 24. And the Billings Morning News on the way. Cindy Graff and her crew at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, is excited about the evolution and the growth of N2 Cryotherapy. They've been in Billings, N2 Cryotherapy, since last July, and business is growing. And as of right now, she's targeting athletes, as in high school athletes or college or professional, for the wellness therapy out called cryotherapy. You can learn a little bit more about cryotherapy at n2cryo.com. N2 Cryotherapy, the only one in this region. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. There is a group of ladies, Carrie, Jamie Sue, and Christina KK, that have your back at Full Service Salon and Spa. It's called Quick Spa. Quick Spa is at 2348 Grand Avenue. For spray tans or colon hydrotherapy, permanent makeup. We mentioned it's full service salon and spa, and they'll take care of your hair needs as well. Deep tissue massage, hot stone, body wraps. Jamie Sue has your nails with nail enhancements, gel polish, nail art, all at Quick Spa, quick-spa.com.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Yes, Livin' Large Larry live at livinlargelarry.com. Your St. Patrick's weekend. Hope you had a safe but fun Green Day, St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. And hope that you get up in time and enjoy Friday heading into the weekend here. livinlargelarry.com on YouTube this morning. The TuneIn mobile phone app for your smartphones. Thanks for downloading that. That's free. We're not going to charge you for that. TuneIn is the biggest radio station app in the world, and we're happy to be asked to join the crew, so to speak. So we're on TuneIn, the Billings Morning News. At first glance, Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com, from ktvq.com, color8.com, Last Best News at times, also the Billings Gazette. First thing this morning, a Montana man was arrested at a Billings residence for the alleged sexual abuse of a young girl. Harley Big Day is charged with 2 felony sex crimes for alleged contact with an 8-year-old girl, and the girl admitted the abuse to her mother after they moved to Oregon. The crimes were initially reported in Oregon, and the girl was interviewed by authorities in that state. Billings PD Detective Mike Robinson reviewed the girl's interview with Oregon authorities, where she explained how Big Day sexually abused her on a number of occasions. Robinson made contact with Big Day, who denied ever touching the girl inappropriately. As of now, Big Day was arrested in Billings and is being held at the Yellowstone County Jail on a bond of $100,000. And wildfires normally start in the summertime. The fires in Lockwood this past Wednesday show the need to take precautions now. The potential for wildfires is normal from now through June, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. However, the fire in Lockwood on Wednesday may indicate an earlier fire season because of our dry winter here around Billings. The fire burned about 100 acres along a 3.5 to 4 mile stretch near the railroad tracks from Colson Road to Lockwood Road. Report said that railroad right-of-way fires are fairly common, but usually do not cover such a large distance. A Montana Rail Link spokesman said it is still investigating how the train may have sparked the fire. Look into more of the Billings Morning News coming up in a couple of minutes here. livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana. We are located across the street from Goodwill off of King and 29th West.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Quickie weather. It will be in the 60s late this weekend. I know it doesn't feel like it now. All kinds of blinds, temperature check, and 24 in Billings, Montana. livinlargelarry.com, always an expanded forecast with our weather button. We use the weather bug at our website. Time for a haircut? Try Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, if you want truly trained. I mean, these guys are trained barbers for straight razor shaves, or if you just want just a haircut. $10 for a basic haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. The best $10 haircut ever, and they don't take up a lot of time either. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, $10. Great haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in Billings Heights, and proud sponsors and supporters of the 2016 Billings Wolves. It's Jim and Austin's Barbershop. We broadcast each morning from the Redline Computer Studios off of King and 29th in West Billings. I'm Livin' Large Larry. livinlargelarry.com for the show on YouTube live this morning. When the live portion's done, that becomes our podcast.
Call or email your Livin' Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
The show essentially mainly about Billings and surrounding communities around Billings, Montana, live and local and interactive for you on the World Wide Web. And the TuneIn smartphone app for you. So we're on the verge of a weekend here. We are finally made it to Friday. Livin' Large Larry Live.
The Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. The Montana Department of Revenue has processed around 250 tax returns for the 2015 tax year so far. The agency has issued more than 200,000 tax refunds, averaging $403. The department has stopped almost 200 fraudulent returns, amounting to over $200,000. Taxes are due 1 month from Friday, April 18th. Over the last couple of years, the United Way of Yellowstone County and Border State Electric have reached out to community kids with the Reach Out and Read program. Wednesday, United Way announced it's also teaming up with Employment Benefits Management Services to purchase books for families over the next 2 years. And test results from the Montana Department of Environmental Quality show no E. coli in the water after the wastewater pond spill of 35 million gallons at Big Sky. Samples were collected from 10 sites. A federal judge is accusing the Obama administration of trying to run the clock out on an oil and gas lease near Glacier National Park. It's been held up for decades. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon yesterday gave the Interior Department 24 hours to act on the matter. It took 18 years for state regulators to clear the backlog of complaints alleging campaign violations against candidates and organizations, but turns out that was just the first step. Now the Montana Commissioner of Political Practices Office must settle or sue to enforce the dozens of complaints in which wrongdoing was found. Could take years to get through all of them. The Protect Montana Kids Commission is recommending the state create a child fatality review team. Lawmakers have been asked to create the commission during the 2015 legislature, but the bill died in committee. Boaters could face new rules aimed at preventing the spread of aquatic invasive species. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks held its first of 2 nights of meetings on Tuesday to answer questions and solicit public comment on those proposals. And a new eastern Montana business is hoping to produce 200 barrels a year of beers. At the old Cross Petroleum office building in Glendive, family-owned brewery Cross Country Brewing is eyeing a mid-May opening at its East Allard Street location. The 2016 county health rankings are out. Says Gallatin County is the healthiest county in Montana. Roosevelt was the least healthy of the 47 listed for Montana. Where does Billings fit in? Yellowstone County is the 19th healthiest county in Montana so far. And a look at the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. We're on YouTube there. And don't forget your TuneIn smartphone mobile app, the TuneIn app. Have a great St. Patrick's weekend.
All kinds of blinds in Billings. Temp check in 24. Cold now. Just about 40 today. Complete forecast for Billings. That's on the way. livinlargelarry.com. It seems everywhere you look, there's values. There's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get hometown values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of a magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. From the Redline Computer Studios, this is Livin' Large Larry and Livin' Large Larry Live, and the whole show is accessed for your convenience at livinlargelarry.com. You can access YouTube there if you don't want to watch what's going on, and there's an audio player. Just click on the audio player. It's great for the background. It's compatible with your laptop or tablet, anywhere you have Wi-Fi or strong internet service, and also on your PC. Your smartphones, we use the TuneIn app, all for the show. livinlargelarry.com. Again, the YouTube will become the podcast for the weekend for you coming up. All kinds of blinds and Billings. Temp check in 24, nearly 40 for a high today. And coming up the next 15 or 20 minutes, we'll have a lot of stuff out there for you, live and local in and around Billings, Montana. We'll talk with Kurt Alme about the Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation and a great contribution to that organization coming up, and a couple of items about Shamrocks and St. Patrick's Day is in Billings, Montana. St. Patrick's Day was Thursday, yes, I can't remember where else. But in Billings, St. Patrick's weekend every year, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and events on Sunday too. All that's coming up at livinlargelarry.com. A quote from Brown's Automotive here in Billings. We promise you cost-effective solutions to get you back in the driver's seat. If you want true experience and dedication to the craft of auto repair, Brown's Automotive. For over 60 years now, Brown's Auto Service has delivered rockstar customer service. 4 locations around Billings: Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th Street. A couple of Brown's locations downtown, the Automatic Transmission Company is at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center is downtown, 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive in Billings, BrownsAutoBillings.com.
Today on Save on Taxes, we ask 100 people what costs less than filing your taxes with IRS Free File.
Car seat.
No! Erica, what do you think costs less than filing your taxes with IRS Free File?
A pair of shoes.
Wrong again. The correct answer is nothing. Costs less than filing your federal taxes with IRS Free File because it's absolutely free. That's right. With IRS Free File, you get brand-name software, online tax prep, and e-filing for free. The software helps you pick the right forms, find tax credits, and does the math for you. Free File even helps with the new healthcare provisions, and it's all for free.
So, did we win anything?
Everybody wins. freefile.irs.gov. It's fast, it's safe, it's free.
You know, we mention all the time about YouTube and how the YouTube becomes our podcast, so you can fast forward and rewind to where you want to listen to whatever parts of the show at livinlargelarry.com. And our replay podcast, if you will, is courtesy of and underwritten by Keystone Mortgage. And check out their new location. They've moved. They've tripled their space in their new location. Keystone Mortgage sponsors our replay podcast each day and through the weekend. The new Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings. They're right across from the pub station. It is remodeling time in your home or your office, and the windows are the most aesthetically pleasing area people look. The most important part of your home are your windows and your window treatments. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blindsmt.com with cellular blinds. The woven woods are available. Mini blinds of all sizes and styles and models. Talk to Bobby Gray at All Kinds of Blinds and ask about their security window film as well. All kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blindsmt.com. On Friday, the 18th of March, day after St. Patty's Day, into a St. Patty's weekend. It's pretty close to it anyway. livinlargelarry.com for the show from the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
We'll do a detailed forecast here for you for Billings, Montana in a second, and then we'll talk with Kurt Alme. I recorded an interview with Kurt Alme from the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation. Some good things happening with that organization here in Yellowstone County with Kurt Alme. We'll talk about that. I talked to him, Kurt, on my afternoon radio show, weekdays, by the way, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's KGHL, the mighty 790, AM 790. You can catch the show online 3 to 6 weekdays at the frequency AM 790 or mighty790.com. Appreciate you giving me a shot there. Play some good classic country music for you, as well as they use the TuneIn app as well. We have KGHL on TuneIn on your smartphones. Our visit with Kurt Alme is coming up. Our Billings area forecast for the weekend, St. Patty's weekend here in Billings, Montana. The forecast from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or too small, and reasonable pricing no matter what the job is on home maintenance and repairs. Broughton Construction and Home Repair. Spelling is Braaton, and you can enter that into Facebook to search Broughton Construction and Home Repair out. And just about 40 this afternoon, and then a warming trend begins for the weekend. 47 to 51 in Billings on Saturday. Sunday should be sunny, high near 62. First part of next week between 45 and 55 for highs. An expanded look a couple of days ahead. You can log on to livinlargelarry.com, and on the homepage there's a weather button. Just click on that. Meantime, the forecast on the show, courtesy in part of Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors at 1925 Grand Avenue. If you listen to your needs, Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Check her out. Give her a try. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com. And live and local, all about Billings and communities around Billings, Montana, all at livinlargelarry.com.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage.
All right, Livin Large Larry here, the Mighty 790 KGHL with president of the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation, President Kurt Almy. You got to love the title president these days.
Yeah, it gives you a false sense of authority.
Oh, no, you guys do great work out there. Big event coming up, amongst other things. March 19th, a huge day, big auction. Talk a bit about that, Kurt.
You bet. David and Gail Sage, two just wonderful supporters of the kids out at the Boys and Girls Ranch, have contributed all their farm equipment for retirement into a charitable remainder trust, and we're going to go up there and sell it, like you said, on March 19th, 10 a.m. up on Sage Farm, which is northwest of Poplar, about 7 miles north of Highway 2 on Chelsea Loop Road.
Wow, did you guys see this coming? What a great contribution to the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation.
Oh, just tremendously generous. You know, we've had several of these over the last few years. Larry, you've helped us before get the word out about one. It's really driven in part by these high income taxes. When farmers are ready to sell their equipment and they're looking at up to a 50% federal and state income tax, they look for ways to make their retirement stretch.
Well, get us up to Sage Farms on March 19th. How do you get there for those who don't know how to get there? And give us some bullet point details on that.
You bet. So get up there to Highway 2, and you go west of Poplar just a few miles. You'll get to Chelsea Loop Road. Go north up Chelsea Loop Road, 7 miles, and Sage Farms is on the left, up on the high ground. And you'll see the signs and the balloons, and Dave's auction will be there, and should be a good day.
So what time can people stop by and maybe look at some of the equipment that's up for bids?
They can stop by Friday afternoon, or they can stop by Saturday morning. They can also go out and have a look at it on the website, TavesPremierAuctions.com. TavesPremierAuctions.com, and Taves is Toavs.
It's pronounced Taves, exactly. All right, so talk about the day. I'm sure there's a lot more festivities going on at Sage Farms. It should be a great atmosphere.
Oh, it should be. You know, we're going to have food there. We're going to have hopefully a lot of folks in the area. We're going to be up there from the ranch, and hopefully it'll just be a fun day for everybody.
Okay, just to review, what time is the actual auction and bidding start?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. sharp. All right. Any tricks of the trade that we should know about?
No, not that I know of. We're just going to have vehicle titles and bills of sale, and we're just going to be ready to be getting folks some really well-maintained equipment so they can get the air drill out and start seeding and get the rest of the equipment moving again.
All right, President Kurt Almy with us with the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation. Do you by chance have a list of 3 or 4 of the pieces of equipment that's going to be up for auction?
I do. You know, we've got a combine and a Draper header, both John Deere 2011 models. The combine's got just shy of 1,100 separator hours on it. We've got another 2010 John Deere tractor, and another big item we've got is a 2010 New Holland air drill. So folks who need to get seeding, we've got an air drill ready to go. It's great. All the equipment, Dave took very good care of his equipment. He's been farming up there his whole life, and it's all in good shape and ready to roll.
And the money raised from the big auction coming up March 19th, and that money goes, and how does it help support the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation?
So the way it works is all those proceeds will go into a charitable remainder trust, and the trust doesn't have to pay income tax. And then distributions will go out to David and Gail over their life, basically to provide for their retirement. And then when they both passed away, whatever's left in that trust will come on out to a Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation, and we use it to support the kids out at the ranch.
That is really cool. That's just a great contribution, and it's cool to see to get all of eastern Montana, northern Wyoming involved in this, and it should be lots of fun. I'm as you're talking, I'm looking at the extended forecast, because this time of year you never know with events like that what the weather's going to be like. It should be all right.
It should be, and you're right. That's the thing we were hoping for. We had an alternate date just in case the weather didn't cooperate, but other than some wind, typical Montana March, weather should hold for us.
Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation. What other events and activities do you have coming up this spring and summer for us?
Well, out at the ranch right now, it's springtime, and so we have about 110 kids, either in the residential program out on the campus, as well as we have kids who come in on bus every day for the day school. So spring activities at the ranch are in full swing. We're calving our little herd out there, and we have our equestrian center, and kids are getting to ride horses and participate in different kinds of therapy programs there. But it's a 410-acre working ranch west of Billings, and it's starting to be spring on the ranch.
It's a very nice campus. If you've not been out there, I'm talking to the listeners. They can line up some tours and things like that from time to time too, correct?
We love to have people come out and take a look. Sometimes we're on 72nd and Hesper out there, and sometimes seems a little far away, but it just isn't anymore, and we would love for folks to call and set up a tour. They do need to call ahead because we are a secure facility for those kids, but we love to give tours to anyone who want to come out.
And for contact details for the ranch, who may they call, and websites and all that?
Okay. For the ranch, if you're interested in a tour, they can give a call to Gillette Vera, V-A-I-R-A, and she is at 655-2124. Gillette Vera, 655-2124. And any other questions about things like this charitable trust, if there are other folks who have farm equipment or other kind of big sale items coming up and want to talk about some charitable tax planning, they can give me a call at the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation, which is YellowstoneFoundation.org, and phone number here is 656-8772.
All right. Do you have any final comments for what's going on?
You bet. We have another charitable trust that was set up by some wonderful folks up in Kalispell, and we've gotten all the equipment sold, but we still have a 875 grain cart, and we still got a 26-foot mower. If anybody would like to get one at Praise Price, and like I said, it's up in Kalispell, so we got a couple other items if folks want to go out on our website and have a look.
I saw a lady on Facebook just the other day mowing her field with a 24-inch lawnmower, so she could probably use that mower you speak of.
Yeah, I think she could probably use a 26-foot mower. Yeah, a little big for my lawn, Larry, but yeah, it'd be just right for her, it sounds like.
Well, do me a favor, Kurt. Say hi to all my friends out there at the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation. You guys mean a lot to me, and it's been a great time working with you over the years, and we'll continue to do that.
Larry, we really appreciate the support.
All right, Kurt Almy is the president of the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch Foundation. March 19th, Sage Ranch, big auction. Thanks, Kurt. Have a great week.
Thanks, Larry.
Should be a good, fun auction, and that is coming up Saturday, March 19th. Livin Large Larry live at livinlargelarry.com on Friday leading into the weekend. And that replay of that talk with Kurt Almy of the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch, courtesy of Keystone Mortgage, as they underwrite our replay and our podcast each day and through the weekend. Keystone Mortgage, across from the pub station in downtown Billings. The Redline Computer Studios, livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds in Billings, temperature check. All kinds of blinds, mt.com, and 24. Complete forecast on the way.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
finding it hard to get going this morning. Had a good busy day on Thursday. Had probably 4.5 hours with lawyers, 2 attorneys. I really can't go into what the meeting was all about, but I got to say, I think lawyers get a bad rap. The 2 attorneys that I was meeting with yesterday were actually cool cats, and learned a lot. What an experience! I'm still trying to catch up from that whirlwind. And our St. Patrick's weekend Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors at 1925 Grand Avenue. Jade will provide a market analysis to you if you want to list and if you want to sell your home, including specialized consulting in the current trends that are out there in colors and styles and modifications. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors in Billings, MontanaProperty.com. And about 40 is all this afternoon. The weekend gradually starts to warm up in and around Billings, Montana to close to 50 for tomorrow for the St. Patty's Parade downtown Billings. And then Sunday up to 62. And just glancing at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week through livinlargelarry.com and our expanded forecast between 45 and 55. Forecast on the show from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. They're trustworthy, they're knowledgeable, they have over 30 years of experience in concrete, remodeling, roofing, siding, all forms of remodeling projects. Broughton Construction and Home Repair, you can find them on Facebook. Just type in BRAATON. Oh, I love a parade. I'll be driving in the St. Patty's Parade, downtown Billings, Montana, at 11 o'clock sharp, the normal downtown Billings parade route, and be driving and representing my afternoon radio show on KGHL. So get your waving hands ready. My wife, Carrie, will be alongside me, and we're professional wavers. We try to attend every parade, have for years. We just love a parade. 1-888-858-1408, toll free for you worldwide on our show, livinlargelarry.com for the show. That toll-free number here from the Red Line Computer Studios, West Billings. And hey, Sheila, what's going on?
Yeah, myself and a few other people have been shut down on Facebook, and all of us have had friend requests. Okay, when my request showed up, I looked at the person's profile, and she claimed to be working at the Facebook headquarters.
Right. Okay. Cool.
In the prize department. I thought, oh, this is okay, but I didn't accept. I didn't open it. So I go into Messenger, ask, okay, what's this all about?
Right.
And I went ahead and sent it, which probably wasn't a good plan, but it comes up that it says she cannot receive anything. She does not have Messenger, that she will be able to see it on her Facebook account. Okay, if you're working for Facebook, probably you have Messenger.
Right.
And I received another on Facebook. Facebook was down. I'm on the south side, and over toward Shopco was down. And I had another Facebook from a lady in Lewistown. And they're trying to hack us. So if you see, do not open any friend requests.
Hey, what kind of prizes were the offerings, Sheila? I'm just curious.
It didn't say it. I looked up her profile, and it said that's where she worked, and she was in that department. I thought, okay, this sounds pretty weird.
Well,
so
you didn't give
on the Messenger.
You didn't give any personal information like credit cards or addresses or phone numbers.
No, I
like
didn't friend her. I didn't open it. I looked her on her profile to see what it was, and it was just very little. So then I went to Messenger to ask, hey, what's the deal with this? And it was not, it said it would not accept Messenger.
Yeah. Wow, that's strange.
And she would receive it on her Facebook page.
Sounds like a scam to me, Sheila.
Right there.
Yeah, sounds like a scam to me.
Yep. Everybody, I've had a couple people tell me that to copy and paste and send things, and do not take any friend requests from anybody.
All right, we're glad you called the show. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out there because it's just going AWOL here. So.
Why don't we blame Donald Trump?
No. He'll get in here. No. It's ISIS problem.
Thank you, Sheila. Have a nice day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It seems everywhere you look, there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of a magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. Another great experience, my wife and I at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, over the weekend. We go probably twice a month on average, and you can actually enjoy and take advantage of what N2 Cryotherapy is all about twice a day, actually. N2cryo.com. If you've heard us talking about cryotherapy and what it's all about, log on to N2cryo.com for a brief history as to what cryotherapy is all about, and more importantly, what N2 Cryotherapy here in Billings is all about. And Cindy Graff and her crew are very good at servicing athletes in forms of N2 Cryotherapy. Again, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, N2cryo.com. Time for a haircut? Try Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, if you want truly trained. I mean, these guys are trained barbers for straight razor shaves, or if you just want just a haircut. $10 for a basic haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. The best $10 haircut ever, and they don't take up a lot of time either. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, $10. Great haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in Billings Heights, and proud sponsors and supporters of the 2016 Billings Wolves. It's Jim and Austin's Barbershop. And Austin Schlosser from Jim and Austin's Barbershop, as I announced the Billings Wolves on the Arena Field MC for the home games, the IFL Billings Wolves last weekend. Austin from Jim and Austin's Barbershop, fan of the game.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Coming up, the Billings Morning News in and around Billings, Montana here, livinlargelarry.com in 1 minute. Well into tax season, and we use Lisa Woods Accounting. We use Lisa Woods Accounting for our personal taxes as well as our business taxes here with our company, livinlargelarry.com. And it was notified there's over 50 new laws that were approved right around the first of the year for the 2016 tax season. Do you know what those are? Do you have time to research what the 50-plus new laws are for taxes? And Lisa Woods will do that for you. woodsaccounting.com. She have information on filing dates. I mean, do you know what is due when? Tax returns, payroll taxes, estimated taxes. And again, she's an expert on personal taxes for individuals or families. To give her a shot. Lisa Woods Accounting, 1211 Grand Avenue, Suite number 4, woodsaccounting.com. On Friday, heading into the weekend here from Billings, Montana, live on the World Wide Web here and on the TuneIn smartphone app. We're on YouTube and also an audio player accessed. All of that, one easy place. Just log on to livinlargelarry.com. No G on Livin when you log on. Appreciate that. The show is Livin Large Larry Live. And all kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds MT. Quickie weather, 24 now, maybe, or it'll get close to 40 for high this afternoon. It warms up nicely for our weekend. Perfect timing for all the St. Patty's weekend festivities in and around Billings, mainly centered around downtown Billings beginning tomorrow. The Celtic Fair, the St. Patty's Parade. Had the Quick Spa ladies in late last week, talking of all they do at Quick Spa. Truly that's, and it's full service salon and spa, colon hydrotherapy, spray tans that time of year, permanent makeup, if you're thinking about that. Carrie has the best massages in town, deep tissue, hot stone, body wraps, and Jamie Sue, a natural artist on your nails, gel polish, paraffin wax, nail art, all at Quick Spa, 2348 Grand Avenue, quick-spa.com. Check them out on. From the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana, King and 29th Street West. And if you ever want to come visit us, if you're not from the area, then, if you're from the area, you can stop by. Just let us know when you want to come take a tour of our studios here, the Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwill in Billings.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Our Billings area forecast for the weekend, St. Patty's weekend here in Billings, Montana. The forecast from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. There's no job too big or too small, and reasonable pricing no matter what the job is on home maintenance and repairs. Broughton Construction and Home Repair. Spelling is Braaton, and you can enter that into Facebook to search Broughton Construction and Home Repair out. And just about 40 this afternoon, and then a warming trend begins for the weekend. 47 to 51 in Billings on Saturday. Sunday should be sunny, high near 62. First part of next week between 45 and 55 for highs. An expanded look a couple of days ahead. You can log on to livinlargelarry.com, and on the homepage there's a weather button. Just click on that. Meantime, the forecast on the show, courtesy in part of Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors at 1925 Grand Avenue. If you listen to your needs, Jade will show you properties meeting your specific criteria and in your price range. Check her out, give her a try. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors, MontanaProperty.com.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
And the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. An attorney for Stacy Rambold, the Billings senior high teacher serving a 10-year prison sentence for raping a student, has asked the Montana State Supreme Court to withdraw from the case and end the appeal process. Assistant Appellate Defender Eileen Larkin, in a brief filed Wednesday, told the state's high court that any appeal in Rambold's case would be, quote, frivolous or wholly without merit, end quote. The case took a controversial turn, as you recall, back in August of 2013, when Judge G. Todd Baugh sentenced Rambold to 15 years with all but 31 days suspended. At the hearing, Baugh described Morales as older than her chronological age and said the girl was a troubled youth who had as much control of the situation as Rambold, being the adult. The sentence and the judge's statements drew immediate and harsh reaction from the whole world, actually, and Rambold was resentenced several months later to 10 years at the Montana State Prison in Deer Lodge. The body discovered decomposing in an irrigation ditch northwest of Shepherd earlier in the week has been identified as an adult male. No names of that adult male. May have died even longer ago than initially believed. Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder said Thursday the autopsy revealed the person was a male in his 20s and either Caucasian or Hispanic. The man was heavyset, weighing up to about 300 pounds, standing about 6 feet tall, according to Linder. Linder said the autopsy did not reveal any obvious signs of foul play. The body was discovered by digging crews in a canal that runs just south of the intersection of Mailbox Road and 12 Mile Road, about 6 miles from Highway 12. Linder said the forensic analyst that performed the autopsy believed the man may have died about a year ago, which is further back than authorities first estimated earlier in the week. The body, which was found wearing Wrangler blue jeans, has not yet been identified. If you can help identify through the description you just heard, then please contact the Yellowstone County Sheriff's Department. The Ballantyne man accused of fatally shooting his son in the head during an argument last July testified Thursday. He and his son had an unusual but very close relationship, and that he never meant to kill his son. James Sindelar, 75 years of age, took the stand on the 4th day of his murder trial. The death of his son, 35-year-old Wesley Sindelar, trials being held at the Yellowstone County Courthouse. These are words from James Sindelar. I wasn't about to get beat up, so I pulled out my pistol. That's what Sindelar said about the moment he drew his weapon and pointed it at his son. Wesley Sindelar reached for the pistol, and in a grapple over the weapon, Sindelar said it went off and struck his son in the head. Thursday was the 4th day of the Sindelar trial. Worried that outsiders will force the election of Donald Trump in Montana's open June 7th primary, 10 Montana County Republican committees won out and asked the U.S. Supreme Court to prevent the state from stopping the party's exit. Well, Wednesday, Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy ordered Montana to respond to the GOP's arguments by next Tuesday. Former executive director of the Fort Peck Fine Arts Council, Mary Strand, is accused of embezzling and laundering about $83,000 from the council. And Wednesday, she signed a plea agreement. She faces 30 days in the Valley County Detention Center, 5 years of suspended jail time, and fines totaling $5,000, restitution of $16,245, probation, and a letter of apology to be published at a later date in a Glasgow newspaper. And spot fires sparked alongside railroad tracks in Lockwood on Wednesday night. It's unclear how the fire started, but due to the location of the flames, it's assumed a train was the ignition source. That's the Billings Morning News. Have a great St. Patrick's weekend and livinlargelarry.com.
A quote from Brown's Automotive here in Billings. We promise you cost-effective solutions to get you back in the driver's seat. If you want true experience and dedication to the craft of auto repair, Brown's Automotive. For over 60 years now, Brown's Auto Service has delivered rock-star customer service. 4 locations around Billings: Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th Street. A couple of Brown's locations downtown: the Automatic Transmission Company is at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center is downtown, 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive in Billings, BrownsAutoBillings.com. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Quickie weather, 24. Cold this morning, and a bit of a nip with the wind chill at 15 is with the real feel, but it'll be 40 in Billings this afternoon. And by the end of the weekend, first day of spring, actually Sunday, we should be around 62 or so. What's going on around town, around Billings and surrounding towns? And we'll have the full report coming up from Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Don't forget about the Billings She-Wolves, the cheer team for the IFL football team, the Billings Wolves. The She-Wolves have their pancake feed tomorrow on Saturday, which is their big fundraiser at Guadalajara Restaurant. They're on Grand Avenue from 8 to 10. You can still get tickets as well. Keep in mind it is a fundraiser, and they're looking forward to a great crowd for a couple of hours. Again, that's Saturday, Guadalajara on Grand for the Billings She-Wolves.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Inside the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings for the show, livinlargelarry.com with YouTube going full bore this morning. That becomes the podcast for you just a little bit here. And also we use the TuneIn smartphone app for your Androids or iPhones. Tune in for free for Livin' Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com. Our What's Going On Around Town segment from Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Always supporting community events is Bighorn Inspection. Log on to the website, bighorninspection.com. The Mustache Dolls Junior Roller Derby, their bake sale and fundraiser is coming up on the 19th. This coming Saturday, March 19th. And you're invited to help them out at Lucky's Market on Grand Avenue, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the Mustache Dolls. The Billings Public Library is hosting free computer classes for older adults. Tech for Older Adults is the program, Facebook 101. That'll take place coming up on Friday the 18th, and also April 29th at 3:30 to 5 in the second floor computer classroom of the Billings Public Library downtown. You can call 657-8255 if you want to reserve your spot. Again, that first class is coming up this Friday, March 18th. And also through the Billings Public Library, they're hosting a retirement planning program for adults and older adults on the 1st of April. The program will be held in the Billings Public Library Community Room from 3:30 to 5. The presentation is free and open to the public. Contact the Billings Public Library, downtown Billings, for details. Again, our What's Going On segment is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. On March 19th, coming up Saturday, the Corrette Power Plant Site Design Meeting will be held in the First Congregational Church Fellowship Hall from 2 to 5 on Saturday. The goal is to create a community vision for the former Corrette Power Plant site. Your chance to give ideas on what should happen to that site. Those taking on the campaign want to have influence on what happens with the vacant sites. And Captain Chelsea Sully Sullenberger will be the guest speaker. The Chamber Breakfast coming up on Thursday, March 31st, 7 to 9 in the morning at Metro Park. Tickets are $450 for a table of 10 on the arena floor there with a breakfast buffet. Billings Chamber says tables are sold out, but you can be put on a waiting list. And to add your name to the mailing list, you can call the Billings Chamber at 245-4111. There's also stadium seating available right now for $30 a piece with a bagged breakfast. Again, the Chamber Breakfast, the annual event, Thursday, March 31st with Captain Chelsea Sully Sullenberger. Be visiting Billings, Montana. And the What's Happening segments from Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection, bighorninspection.com. And this weekend, full slate of St. Patty's weekend activities all over Billings, Montana. And thanks for hanging out with us at the Redline Computer Studios for Livin Large Larry Live at livinlargelarry.com. In any event, we'll talk with Natasha from Downtown Billings Alliance, all about the events coming up for St. Patty's weekend, including the parade, the Celtic Fair. Your kids will love that. Starts at 9 tomorrow. All the festivities begin at 9 tomorrow. Downtown Billings into the nights with hooligans, big St. Patty's party, and stuff going on Sunday as well. All that coming up here at livinlargelarry.com. Best Coupon Magazine, truly in and around Billings, with an issue for different areas around Billings. Coupons that fit where you live. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. If you check your mail from time to time, you'll see it. It's going to show up in your mailbox. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. Check out the new Heights edition. Also the newest Billings Laurel edition is out as well. Hometown Values with practical couponing in the magazine. Hometown Values. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. All kinds of blinds in Billings. Quickie temperature check in 24:15, the real feel temperature with the wind chill in Billings, Montana. Expanded look at livinlargelarry.com. On the homepage, you'll see a Listen Now button for the YouTube, for the audio player, for TuneIn, and then next to that is the weather button for an expanded forecast through WeatherBug, all at livinlargelarry.com.
Call or email your Livin Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
Had a nice talk with Natasha from Downtown Billings Alliance the other day. Captured some great information about what's going on this weekend, St. Patty's weekend in Billings, Montana, here from the Redline Computer Studios.
Natasha is with us and the Downtown Billings Alliance. This is a very exciting week with the St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. But really in Billings and all over Montana, but in particular Billings, St. Patrick's Day actually runs through the weekend. Natasha, you got a busy weekend coming up.
That's right, Larry. We're looking forward to some exciting St. Patrick's Day parade and Celtic Fair celebration and events going on Saturday.
So just so there's no confusion, there's certain times that each of those events start. And it's a great big family event, but the parade starts at a different time than the Celtic Fair. If you can kind of enlighten us on that, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. We're inviting the community to come and join us starting at 10 a.m. is when the Celtic Fair kicks off, and that's downtown under Sky Point at 2nd Avenue and Broadway, and in the streets in Broadway, out in front of Montana Brewing Company, Hooligan Sports Bar. So that's at 10 a.m. We'll have Irish dancing and street vendors and food trucks and things like that. And then if you want to hang out, the parade begins in that area as well at 11 a.m.
So for those that are in the parade, like KGHL Radio will be in the parade, what time is a safe time to head down there and get all set up?
For people that are in the parade, they have specific arrival times and instructions they've received, but they will be lining up between 10 and 11 on 3rd Avenue.
I'm always intrigued about how many floats or vehicles you have in the parade or groups this year. How many do you have?
You know, we are looking at a pretty big parade. It should be a little over an hour long. We probably have about 80 floats.
Oh, not bad. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. So, because a lot of the entries have multiple vehicles, so it might even be closer to 100 when you add up all the extra, cars and dogs that people are walking and all of that.
Well, there's going to be a lot of green, and for some reason this week in talking to other organizations about their events coming up, everybody asks me, I hope the weather cooperates. Well, as of right now, weekend weather for Billings and surrounding communities actually looks pretty nice leading into spring. So
I'm glad to hear you say that. That's what I recently saw as well. I've seen the forecast for sunshine, so I've got my fingers crossed, and we'll just hope for the best there.
Okay, and now after the parade, what happens in downtown Billings?
I'm glad you asked, because as the parade is ending, we will have more Irish dancing under Sky Point where our family entertainment takes place. And then the Celtic Fair continues in the streets until 2 p.m. And then beyond that, Hooligan Sports Bar is sponsoring just celebration in the street there in that same area on Broadway, and they will have live entertainment. Downtime as their band will be playing on a stage on Broadway and 1st Avenue, and their street fair or their street celebration will be going on until about 6 p.m. on Saturday evening out in the streets. So.
I gotta tell you, they say that some people say that Butte has the biggest St. Patty's Day celebration, but I think Billings is a close second. Hearing all this stuff.
I think we could rival. We've got a lot of Irish here. We've got a lot of people ready to celebrate, this holiday, and it's usually a really, really packed and a really good time. And if you don't want to be in the crowds outside, you can find a table inside, and there's all kinds of things for the families and everyone to come down and get involved.
Hey, is the Little Leprechaun contest back this year?
Oh, we are having the Little Leprechauns back again this year. We've got classrooms from SD2, 1st and 2nd grade, signed up to march in the parade as the cutest little leprechauns. And the teachers will be bringing their classrooms out and getting cash prizes for their classrooms for school supplies.
It's going to be fun. That'll be a great weekend of St. Patty's activities downtown Billings. Natasha, as always, a pleasure to talk with you. Say hi to my good friends Lisa and the whole crew down there downtown Billings.
Absolutely. We'll see you on Saturday.
And downtownbillings.com, correct?
That is right. Downtownbillings.com, and I just want to give a special shout-out and thank Pug Mahomes for sponsoring the Little Leprechaun contest.
Perfect. Natasha, we'll see you this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Larry.
So the talk we had with Natasha from Downtown Billings Alliance earlier in the week on my afternoon show on KGHL Radio, the mighty 790 KGHL, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Plug. And you can catch them on TuneIn as well on your smartphones, just like this show on TuneIn, and also at mighty790.com. Meantime, livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios, King Avenue West and 29th in Billings, Montana, to a worldwide audience. All kinds of blinds and Billings. Temp check, quickie weather. It's cold this morning. Well, it's cold. Winter's been nice. It's cold at 24. 15 the real feel with the wind chill. About 40 for a high this afternoon. We'll do a wrap-up weekend forecast coming up in a second. And as for St. Patty's activities, I told you it's a weekend full of activities in Billings, Montana in celebration of St. Patrick's Day on Thursday all the way through Sunday. You want to run on Sunday? Chris Hernandez.
Have the big Shamrock Run coming up this coming Sunday, and with us is Chris Hernandez, one of the coordinators and organizers with this Shamrock Run. How many years for this, Chris, so far?
Oh, good grief. This Shamrock has been going on since the beginning of the club, so it's been 20-some-odd years.
All right, Yellowstone Rim Runners, the club we're talking about, and give us a little bit about the Yellowstone Rim Runners and what they're all about as well, if you could.
Well, we've got all kind of people that are members of the club. We've got some ex-runners and present runners that run for the colleges and coaches and just all-around people, all kinds of ages and all kind of speeds also.
Looking at the statistics from last year's Shamrock Run, I mean, it's a 5K. There were over 600 registered runners last year.
As of present, we have slightly over 400 people. And as usual, everybody used to wait till the last week to sign up. Just asking if the weather's going to be good, which we have already put a request in for excellent weather.
It looks really good, actually. I've had a couple of people with different organizations ask me that because the St. Patty's Parade downtown Billings is also this weekend, so the weather should be all right. I mean, we're all used to weird weather in Billings, Montana anyway. So give us the bullet points as to how people can still get registered for the Shamrock Run this coming Sunday.
Sure. Anybody can go to either rimrunnersorg.org or they can go to runsignup.com. If you go to rimrunners.org, you'll get all kind of information about the club and also this race. Just look up the Shamrock. And one more time, the run itself starts at 1, so you can go to online and sign up there, or you can do it in person at Timeout Sports on Saturday from 10:30 to 2:30.
All right, $25 an individual race fee, $35 for the family race fee. And talk a bit about the Kids 1 Mile Run for part of the Shamrock Run this year.
Sure. Right after the 5K, once everybody is in, we gather up all the kids, all the little ones, and they run around the park, around Pioneer Park, for approximately 1 mile. It's a great time for a family.
All right, so where should people meet on Sunday for the Shamrock Run?
Sure. Pioneer Park will be, if you go to just west of the tennis courts, you'll see a big competitive timing balloons, and you'll see the big party there.
Shamrock Run coming up this Sunday, the 5K, and then, of course, the Kids 1 Mile Run. And Chris Hernandez, appreciate your time. And you log on to rimrunners.org for more details on that, correct?
Exactly.
Have a nice weekend, sir.
Thank you, Larry.
Chris Hernandez pushing the Shamrock Run for St. Patty's weekend in Billings, Montana. And lots of the activities are on Saturday. The Shamrock Run, don't get confused, it is on Sunday at Pioneer Park in Billings. My good friend Mark Wotan at Rimrock Flooring has his spring sale going on right now over there off of Central Avenue. RimrockFlooringMT.com. Smart Strand Forever Clean, the world's toughest carpet. Check it out in the showroom of Rimrock Flooring. 10 to 60% off. Their 1-year anniversary sale going on right now as they're into the second year of business. And is also their spring sale at Rimrock Flooring. RimrockFlooringMT.com. RimrockFlooringMT.com. I was talking with Mark from Rimrock Flooring on Facebook. There's a controversy in the city of Billings that just puzzles me. And the new way to market, one of the new ways to market one's business is to apply those big tall flags that blow in the breeze outside of businesses and merchant stores all over town. And they look nice, they're professionally manufactured, and apparently there's an ordinance of some sort in the city of Billings that if you fly the flag in front of your business, or flags plural in front of your business, you must have your business name on it. So in other words, Rimrock Flooring wants to push flooring. They have a flag for flooring. They have maybe another flag for Mohawk carpeting, and they said they can't fly the flags unless Rimrock Flooring is on the flag. I think that's probably a controversy only because I've seen flags advertising like makes of cars, for instance, at car lots, but the car lot's name is not on the flag. So I'll have Mayor call with Mayor Tom Hannell next week on the show, livinlargelarry.com, and I'm going to address that and see if we can get to some kind of a compromise for that. All that Mark Wotan's trying to do with Rimrock Flooring is market his business, and I think it's a very creative approach, and many other businesses do that, but he is being forced to put his actual name on the flag, which the more graphics you put on something manufactured professionally cost more money. So it seems to me that's kind of persnickety, but we'll look into it and see if Mayor Tom Hanel can lend some insight on Mayor Call next week on the show here from Billings, Montana, from the Redline Computer Studios, livinlargelarry.com, our forecast, and the Billings Morning News.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
And our St. Patrick's weekend Billings area forecast from Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors at 1925 Grand Avenue. Jade will provide a market analysis to you if you want to list and if you want to sell your home, including specialized consulting in the current trends that are out there in colors and styles and modifications. Jade Furman of Landmark Realtors in Billings, MontanaProperty.com. And about 40 is all this afternoon. The weekend gradually starts to warm up in and around Billings, Montana to close to 50 for tomorrow for the St. Patty's Parade downtown Billings. And then Sunday up to 62. And just glancing at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week through livinlargelarry.com and our expanded forecast between 45 and 55. Forecast on the show from Broughton Construction and Home Repair. They're trustworthy, they're knowledgeable, they have over 30 years of experience in concrete, remodeling, roofing, siding, and all forms of remodeling projects. Broughton Construction and Home Repair, you can find them on Facebook. Just type in BRAATON.
Livin' Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry Live.
Are you feeling it? Are you feeling Friday? Yes, it is Friday. The tip of the weekend. Here, all kinds of blinds and Billings. Quickie weather. Quickie temperature check. 23 now. Feels like minus 50, or actually it feels like 15. Not minus, but it feels like 15 above the real feel. About 40 today. By the end of the weekend, first day of spring in Billings, should be 62 this coming Sunday. At first glance, Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com, from ktvq.com, color8.com, last best news at times, also the Billings Gazette. First thing this morning, a Montana man was arrested at a Billings residence for the alleged sexual abuse of a young girl. Harley Big Day is charged with 2 felony sex crimes for alleged contact with an 8-year-old girl. And the girl admitted the abuse to her mother after they moved to Oregon. The crimes were initially reported in Oregon, and the girl was interviewed by authorities in that state. Billings PD Detective Mike Robinson reviewed the girl's interview with Oregon authorities, where she explained how Big Day sexually abused her on a number of occasions. Robinson made contact with Big Day, who denied ever touching the girl inappropriately. As of now, Big Day was arrested in Billings and is being held at the Yellowstone County Jail on a bond of $100,000. And wildfires normally start in the summertime. The fires in Lockwood this past Wednesday show the need to take precautions now. The potential for wildfires is normal from now through June. That's according to the National Interagency Fire Center. However, the fire in Lockwood on Wednesday may indicate an earlier fire season because of our dry winter here around Billings. The fire burned about 100 acres along a 3.5 to 4 mile stretch near the railroad tracks from Colson Road to Lockwood Road. Report said that railroad right-of-way fires are fairly common, but usually do not cover such a large distance. A Montana Rail Link spokesman said it is still investigating how the train may have sparked the fire. This is our big newscast. More Billings Morning News coming up from the Redline Computer Studios, across from Goodwill in West Billings, Montana. livinlargelarry.com.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
The Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. One of Montana's gubernatorial candidates calls on a famous friend to help with this campaign, as we utilize color8.com for the story. And We glean stories from KTVQ.com and the Billings Gazette. But actor, producer, and singer Jeff Bridges played a campaign fundraiser Tuesday at the Wilma Theater in Missoula for Governor Steve Bullock. Governor Bullock met Bridges a couple of years ago while raising awareness for childhood hunger here in Montana. Bullock and Bridges, they spoke to the crowd before the show and started with Bridges mentioning his Montana roots. The Billings father who admitted he did nothing to intervene in his girlfriend's deadly assault on their child was sentenced on Tuesday. Jeffrey Fox, he's 32. He was sentenced in Yellowstone County District Court by Judge Michael Moses to 18 years in prison with credit for 538 days already served. None of the time was suspended. Fox pleaded guilty in August of 2014 to negligent homicide for the death of his 3-month-old daughter, Rosanna. The child was neglected and abused to death by her mother, 25-year-old Amanda Steffen, and Fox admitted he did nothing to stop Steffen. And officials say a Billings man who was struck by a pickup truck last week has died from his injuries. The report says that 83-year-old Ramon Ortiz died on Friday, 3 days after the crash. Ortiz had been crossing the street outside of a crosswalk when he was hit by the truck making a turn. And Carbon County Sheriff deputies who shot and killed John Graham March 7th have been identified as Jeremy Neibauer and Chad Glick. Graham was shot and killed outside of a Joliet residence after firing a large caliber rifle in their direction. The Montana Division of Criminal Investigation is handling the case. And the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. Early data from states suggest pedestrian safety is a growing national problem. The preliminary data find that pedestrian deaths surged by an estimated 10% last year as the economy improved. The price of gas plunged and motorists put more miles behind the wheel than ever before. Report says the growing use of cell phones, distracting drivers, and walkers may also be partially to blame. Health considerations may also be encouraging people to walk more. A report released by the Governor's Highway Safety Association analyzed data from the first half of 2015. There were about 2,300 pedestrians killed compared to 2,200 during the same period in 2014. Tuesday, Representative Ryan Zinke said he expects the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to abort a year-long environmental study of Gateway Pacific Terminal and reject the project crucial for exporting Crow Nation coal, as Washington's Lummi Nation requested in January. The proposed terminal would be located in Bellingham, Washington, in the traditional fishing waters of Lummi Nation, an American Indian tribe. Red Lodge Mountain will close for the 2015-2016 season Sunday, March 27th, a week earlier than originally scheduled. The warm temperatures through February and March, along with the natural snowfall being less than a third of what the area typically gets, is the reason why. The good news is there's enough beer in Montana for St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. At last count, there were 60 craft breweries operating in the state of Montana. Findings of the Bureau of Business and Economic Research at the University of Montana show that number. In 2013, only 40 active Montana brewers had 486 employees and a payroll of $9.5 million, and their expenditures across Montana amounted to $22.5 million. The Billings Police Department released its numbers and statistics Tuesday. The nearly 50-page report offers insights into a growing city and the police department's work, despite being understaffed by as much as 10%. The Billings Police Department. A trial's underway in the case of a 74-year-old Ballantine man charged with shooting his son to death during an argument last summer. James Sindelar was charged with deliberate homicide after 35-year-old Wesley Sindelar died of a gunshot wound to the face. During opening statements on Monday, defense attorney Chris Copenhaver told jurors the gun accidentally discharged and Wesley Sindelar's death was a tragic accident. Report says that Victoria Sindelar testified that James Sindelar came into their house on July 20th and her husband told him to leave at least 3 times, eventually sticking a finger in his father's face. That trial continues. Environmental groups have sued federal officials over plans that would allow oil, gas, and coal development in the Powder River Basin of Montana and Wyoming. A lawsuit against the Bureau of Land Management targets plans approved in September as part of efforts to protect greater sage grouse. The Bureau of Land Management spokesman said the agency does not comment on pending litigation. Montana officials say the transition period before severe medical marijuana restrictions go into effect should last no more than 49 days. Officials say they oppose a request to delay the restrictions until after the 2017 legislative session. A state law limits marijuana providers to selling the drug to no more than 3 patients each, which will likely force the closure of large dispensaries. And that is the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. As part of our Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com, the Billings Police Department released their annual report, and the official report is actually about 50 pages long. So these are bullet points that I've gleaned from a report that was sent over to ktvq.com, color8.com, and the Billings Gazette. Billings PD released its number and statistics on 2015. Calls for service up 3.7%. 9 criminal homicides, 1 negligent homicide, so 10 murders in Billings last year. Property crime was up 1.8%. Violent crime up 2.3%. A 20% increase on assaults on officers from 8 in 2014 to 10 in 2015. Accidents are up as well, 3.3%. According to the Billings Police Department, the annual report, 2.9% decrease in citations and warnings. And among the beats, the north central part of Billings saw the highest jump in calls for service with 13,058. It's exactly 1,500 calls higher than in 2014. The smallest amount of calls for service comes from the south side of Billings with 6,719. Number of vehicle thefts jumped considerably up with 160 more in 2015, totaling 792. And last year, Billings Police reports 469 violent crimes occurred, including 9 murders, up from 5 in 2014. People are still driving intoxicated with 643 DUIs. Actually, there was a total of 10 homicides, 1 negligent. Further numbers show there were 944 calls of attempted suicide, 24 shootings last year, 23 stabbings in and around Billings, and 5,126 warrants issued. And that's just a snapshot look at the annual report from the Billings Police Department's statistics from 2015. And the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com.
St. Patty's Parade Saturday. So I will see you in the parade. I'll be driving for KGHL Radio. I do an afternoon show from 3 to 6 on KGHL Radio here in Billings, the Mighty 790. Mighty790.com. And both our shows, both the radio shows that I do here in the morning for on YouTube, and also the TuneIn smartphone app, as well as my afternoon show on KGHL. You can access all that through livinlargelarry.com. I'll see you around town.